Hello admission staff, my name is Vadim Hakhanov and I'm ready to present my project in Java. This time I tried to build an application that supports graphic user interface. This application will help the user to work with text. As you can see, this project consists of two classes, main.java and notepad.java. In the main class you can see a line that calls the entire notepad class, where all of the actions take place. I will demonstrate to you how my program works, and afterwards I will explain how all of the code works. So let's start with a quick demonstration. Let me run the program, and here it is, the window where you can edit text. The main feature is the text editor. It supports text input with word wrapping enabled for seamless writing experience. Let me demonstrate it real quick. For example, let's write some nonsense. It doesn't make any sense, but here, as you saw, as the space in the first line ran out, letters jumped to the next line. That's what I call the word wrapping. So it wraps inside the window. Do not write letters outside of the window. So as you can see, the default font is Arial and the default size is 32. Users can adjust the font size using this spinner. You can write any font you want. For example, let's try 100. Here it is, very big font. Alright, let's get back to the 32, it was nice, and you can press these little buttons to adjust the font manually. Also, as you can see, here is the color button. Users can change the font color by clicking this button, which opens the color picker. Here you can choose a color you want from swatches, for example blue, or red, or etc. Or you can set it up by yourself. I think this is very user friendly, very easy to use. So you gotta just press OK, and here is your text in pink color. As you can see, you can also choose your own font. You can choose any font from your operating system. For example, you can choose Broadway. This looks quite nice. You can choose dialog input, and also you can find the font manually by typing its name. For example, let's find Papyrus. Here it is, I found it very quickly instead of scrolling through the list. So you also have free file operations, which are open, save and exit. You can access them by pressing Alt plus their first letters. For example, if you press Alt plus O, you can open the file. You can search through anywhere on your computer. Honestly, let's open the file from desktop. For example, this file I prepared earlier. So here it is. Some text. We can edit it, we can erase it completely. This will take some time. So we can write something. For example, hello, my name is Brady. And now we want to save this text. We are pressing Alt plus S to save the file. Let's save it as Brady.txt. And let me find it very quickly in the documents folder. As you can see, here is Brady.txt. And here it is. Hello, my name is Brady. And now let's break down how this application works. So we start with package laptop. This is basically the package where the class is located, which you can see on the left side. So we import the important stuff, everything that starts with java.awt and javax.swing is used for building the graphic user interface. Java.io is used for working with files, and java.util is used for receiving the user input. Suppress warnings is used for suppressing unnecessary warnings that do not interfere with application in any way. The class is called notepad. This is of public type, and it extends JFrame and implements action listener. What this means? This means that the application is built using the JFrame class, which is used for graphic user interface, and it implements action listener, which means that it will receive every action that is happening inside the JFrame. So here I instantiated out of the important objects. We'll get to them later. And here is the constructor of the class notepad. So this refers to JFrame because the class extends it JFrame. So set default close operation is quite self-explanatory. Set title is 2. Let me actually demonstrate it. So if we press close, it will close. It's pretty logical. The title is Notepad++, the size is 640 by 480, and the layout is border layout. I chose this layout because it helps the user to resize the window without any issues. See, everything adjusts to the new size. So text area is basically where you can write text, any text you want. Line wrap, I actually showed it before, but let me demonstrate again. If you write very big texts, very long words, you will jump to the next line if you run out of space in the first line. So this is called wrapping, line wrap. So set font is the default font for a text area. Scroll pane is used for scrolling through long text. And set vertical scroll bar policy is basically means that the scroll pane will always be vertical. Font size is a spinner that is used to pick any font size you want. So yeah, set value 32 is the default value, and change listener is code. State change method is called every time the change is happened. So let me press the spinner again. Oops, the state changed, so this method is called. So font color is simple, it's just this button that helps us to change the color. Now, to get all the fonts present in the operating system, we create the array of strings or string values, and we write this long line to get all the fonts from the operating system. And font box is, oh my god, font box is this where you can pick any font you want. It has action listener, so action listener is called every time we change the font. We'll get to action listener later. So now we are coming to menu bar. So menu bar is assigned a new value, and open is one of the menus inside the menu bar. So it is given a name, and open.sep mnemonic key event.vk underscore o basically means that you can open any file by pressing Alt plus O instead of pointing the mouse at the menu. See, my mouse is at a completely different screen, so I can open the file by just pressing Alt plus O. So add menu open.add menu listener. It's the same with action listener. Every time I press on the menu, it listens to my actions, so the sample menu listener is code. This is a method, so we'll get to it later. And menu bar add open is pretty much self-explanatory. We're just adding a menu to the menu bar. And same exact things with other menus. So end of menu bar. And now we're getting to font panel. What is font panel? This is pretty much all these options to work with text. They are placed within the font panel. See, I added inside the font panel font size, font color, and font box. I set preferred size 40 so that all the buttons stay within the 40 size. And so yeah, they fit inside the 40 size. Okay. This dot add is pretty much self-explanatory as well. This adds font panel border layout.north. This means that the font panel will be placed on the north, on the top of the window. This J menu bar, this understandable, this add scroll pane, this understandable too. This dot set location relative to no. This means that every time we open the application, it will be located in the middle of the screen, not relative to anything. Let me demonstrate it. So here, it's in the middle of the screen. Set visible true. So we are getting to methods. Action performed, action event E. So if e.getSource equals font color, this means that if font color button is pressed, this block of code is called out. J color chooser. This is the method that helps us choose the color. So this quite is self-explanatory, but let me demonstrate. So if I was to press the color button, here is the color chooser. And the text area set foreground, this sets the color of the text. If e.getSource equals font box, if action event is happening in the font box, it changes the font. Here is the font box. Here in this block of code is code out. So that's pretty much it. Now we're getting to sample menu listener class, which implements menu listener. So here is the here is the method menu selected, menu event E. So if e.getSource equals open, this means that if we press open menu, it's located right here. So it calls out this block of code, actually this. So JFileChooser helps us to choose the file. File name extension filters helps us to find text files only. And FileChooser takes this filter by setting file filter. Integer value response is actually a response. Response can be only 1 and 0 and 1. 0 stands for approve option. Approve option means that the file exists. So if file exists, if response is equals to approved file equals new file chooser that gets selected file, it finds the selected file and finds its absolute path. So here is the block of code inside the try brackets. It is to prevent the exception, which can happen and crash the whole program. If exception happens, it just reloads the program, prints stack trace and reloads the program. So if file is file, it sets text of a text area to nothing to reload the text, and inside the while loop, this block of code just utilizes the text of a new file we want to open. So let me demonstrate it real quick. We open a new file. Let's find it from here, brady.txt. So when I press open, it will erase this text hgft. Okay, so let's open new file. So here, hello, my name is Brady. So finally, file in.close. So another menu event that can happen is from save button. The first line is similar, response is similar too. So if we want to save the file, we create a new file and we create a print writer. This basically takes value from the text area. So we will create a new file in this path. So this is in the try blocks as well to handle the exception that can happen. So file out equals new printer writer file, and file out gets text from the text area. It's pretty much simple too. So let me demonstrate this again. Let us write in the text again. So I press on the save button and I write the name .txt, not forgetting, and I'm pressing save, and that's pretty much it. It got the text. Oh, let's find the file actually. It was in documents. Here is the file that I just created. It's complete nonsense, but let's move on. So, and the final button, exit button, is basically it's for safety measures. It allows the system to safely exit. And you might be confused with these empty methods. They are required for the menu listener, but not used by me because they are just unnecessary. But they are required to exist. So that's pretty much it. That pretty much wraps up my application. Hope you were impressed.